All right, hey everyone. This is Gabe Stefan with Astro Talk. Uh, Today I will be presenting a 2020 forecast for the sun in Taurus, or for those who have a rising Taurus. Um, I want to go ahead and jump into that. There's a couple things I do want to talk to you about for 2020 Taurus. Okay, so one of the main themes this year, I'll start off with the Capricorn stuff. So, one of your main focuses this year would definitely be your belief structures, your experiences in this world. Whether or not you would want to expand your horizon, especially when it comes to foreign travels or higher education. Or anything in some way that deals with faith too as well. You'll definitely see some changes in that area of life, and you might even have some tremendous luck in some sense, especially since we're dealing with the ninth house, and Jupiter's there in that ninth house, so you could see some interesting timings of luck here and there. But one of the key things I would say to be on the lookout for, Taurus, is anything that involves anything with like the law and legalities. I would just say be very careful with this year when it comes to anything that you have to do. If you have any like legal issues that you're trying to sort out, you may get unexpectedly more things about jury duty. To be honest, this could be that year for you. If you haven't done any jury duty in a long time, this year might be that year. Just being honest. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of things that you have to be careful when it comes to anything legal-wise. You may have some luck with it at first in the beginning of the year, but the second half of the year, we'll get more to that. Okay? But one of the main things I do want to bring up, that you will be dealing with this for quite some time, for at least another 6 years, depending on where your sun is located in your chart or when you were born. Sorry. It's New York City. It's going to be loud. So Uranus, being in your first house, or those who have a sun in Taurus, at the soul level, you're definitely going to experience some unexpected changes with how you operate, how you view your body image. Uranus is definitely trying to teach you to ascend higher with new beginnings, and teach you to ascend higher with taking action in life, especially for the things that you really want in life. Uranus is definitely, you're really going to feel the effects of Uranus for the next couple of years, especially, of course, more so for those Taurus who are at the beginning, who are like at the beginning of the sign, like April 22nd through the 28th. Like, you're definitely going to feel that. But that's going to be one of the main themes this year. And then for the later Taurus, you're definitely going to experience that. And the thing I have to say, Taurus, you're stubborn. And those who are Taurus risings, you are too. But one thing I want to stress: do not resist the change. Things that happen to you, do not resist it. Go with it. Embrace it. Embrace any change that occurs with you. You're going to be highly affected by these changes, to be honest. Anything Uranus is trying to progress you forward into a better quality of with better quality of life, and definitely, especially when it comes to your self-worth, your values, it's trying to teach you to ascend higher with those things. Okay? So that was one of the main things I wanted to point out for this year for Taurus. One thing I do like to bring up, also the Venus retrograde that's going to come up in the spring, late spring and summer. Since Venus is your ruling planet, you'll definitely be affected by this Venus retrograde. It's not a bad Venus retrograde. This better be very important for these ambulances to be going by. Dead ass. Sorry about that. My apologies. Hey, people are in need of help, so at this time of the night I'm filming this. So, Venus retrograde. You will definitely be highly affected by this because this is your ruling planet. A. B is in your second house with finances. You're definitely going to see a difference when it comes. You'll definitely see some revamping in the way you're making money, how you're creating, how you're manifesting in this life. You'll definitely see a difference in your values. I mean, your values will be tested this year, for sure. And I highly stress that. Go with the flow with that. Know who you are. And definitely know what you're trying to create in this life. I think that's going to be a very important theme for you, especially for this year, because this year is pretty much setting everything up for this decade that's coming. So Venus retrograde, I would say, can be a good thing, but just do not, I would say this, do not sign any contracts during that time frame, especially when it comes to investments. Wait that off. Don't do it in May or June. I would say wait that off. But we'll go ahead and continue forward. Another thing I want to point out, Mars retrograde. Okay, so that's why I wanted to go into the second half of the year for Taurus, especially September, October, November. This Mars retrograde. Okay, so if you have any legal issues going on during that time frame, I would say be wary. Well, I would say this. Do not start any. If you all of a sudden want to take legal action against something, definitely not a good time to do it. Just going to forewarn you. If you're trying to take legal action in September, October, or November, not a good time. You'll definitely see blocks in that route, and you'll definitely see if you start that battle, you will definitely lose that battle. There'll be some not unexpected, but there'll be some things that you won't be able to see clearly when it comes to those things. If you decide to take action in terms of lawsuits and things like that, I wouldn't recommend it, especially in September, October. And then if you already have current lawsuits or things like that, well, it might be a difficult period with the fights during that time. Not saying you will lose those battles, but just saying it may not be a good time if you're already currently in that situation, whatever, you just have to go with the challenges that happen. Foreign travel during that time frame, may not be the best. I wouldn't recommend any foreign travel around that time either. You may experience some things that you will not be able to see. I wouldn't recommend it during that time. But otherwise than that, if you don't have none of those things going on, this Mars retrograde may not be too bad for you. Just be wary of your rest. Make sure you get yeah, make sure you get your rest during that time frame. Make sure you're. It's going to be a lot clearing in that area of life when it comes to your 12th house, and definitely make sure. Or actually, let me rewind. Sometimes even your spiritual gurus may have some issues during that time frame, so be patient with them. Okay, let's just be honest. But otherwise than that, I don't see much craziness. Oh, one last thing. Your career planet is Uranus too. So back to Uranus. That's why I kept saying go after what you want, because Uranus is trying to teach you to go after something that will elevate you. Okay? Do not resist those changes when it comes to career, because the things that you do throughout this year, you will see the outcomes of it towards the end of the year when that Jupiter and Saturn conjunction occurs in your 10th house. So, in your career area of your life. So, I would say that definitely. I hope you're going in the right direction when it comes to your career and what you want to do in life, with your long-term goals, because you will definitely see manifestations at the end of the year, and especially going to 2021. So build your blocks, manifest, seed, definitely plant them seeds when it comes to career this year, because you might have some unexpected benefits next year. Never know. Well, that's all I have for Taurus. You could definitely follow me at Gabe Stefan on Instagram, and then of course Facebook as well. And that's all I have. So I hope you have a good year, Taurus. Thanks.